Imagine this. You have a brilliant idea, a spark that ignites your passion. You dream of turning it into something extraordinary, but you're standing at the edge, wondering how to navigate the vast sea of possibilities. That, my friends, is the crossroads where philosophy and startup business converge. Hey there, fellow explorers. Welcome to the Philosophical Entrepreneur channel. Today, we're talking about the philosophy behind startup businesses. First things first, let's break down the word philosophy. It's just a fancy way of saying the way we think about things, the ideas and principles that guide our actions. Now imagine that way of thinking to starting a business. It's not just about selling stuff, it's about having a cool idea and turning it into something that matters. That's the philosophy we're talking about today. Think of a startup like planting a seed. That tiny idea you believe in, it's like that seed, and your dream is the water that makes it grow. Remember, every giant oak was once a small acorn. You know Apple, right? Started in a garage with a couple of guys thinking, hey, let's make cool computers. That's the essence, starting small with a big dream. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak weren't thinking about billions of users. They were thinking about making computers that people would love. It's like planting that seed in your backyard, not knowing if it'll grow into a tree that shades generations to come. They started with a passion for technology and innovation, not with a grand plan to change the face of the tech industry. As the garage door rolled up each morning, it wasn't just revealing a workspace. It was unveiling the birthplace of transformative ideas. Apple's journey wasn't a straight line. It was a series of twists, turns, and a lot of hard work. They faced challenges and setbacks, but that tiny seed of an idea kept growing. Now let's talk about challenges. Every startup faces them. It's like going on an adventure. And the philosophy part? Well, it's about facing those challenges head-on and not giving up when things get tough. All right, let's talk about this concept called the Sisyphean struggle. It sounds fancy, right? But don't worry. It's like a story that many of us can relate to. Imagine you've got this massive boulder, and your job is to push it up a hill. Sounds tough, doesn't it? Now here's the kicker. Every time you get close to the top, it rolls right back down. Frustrating, right? That's the Sisyphean struggle in a nutshell. So why are we talking about this? Well, life throws us challenges sometimes, and they can feel a bit like that never-ending hill. You work hard and push through obstacles, and just when you think you've made it, bam, setback. It's like you're caught in this loop of effort and disappointment. But here's the thing, the Sisyphean struggle isn't about the boulder or the hill, it's about the guy pushing it. Now you might be wondering, why keep pushing that boulder if it's just going to roll back down? Well, in a weird way, it's about finding meaning in the effort itself. It's about the journey, the process of pushing and striving, not just reaching the top. In our lives, we all have our Sisyphean moments, those times when things get tough and we're pushing against the odds. Maybe it's a project at work, a personal goal, or just dealing with life's curveballs. But here's the twist, it's not about the hill or the boulder, it's about you, facing challenges head-on, not giving up. Crazy, right? But that's the philosophy, facing the impossible and making it happen. You know, challenges can sometimes feel like these huge, intimidating mountains. I mean, who wouldn't be a bit hesitant, right? It's like we're wired not to like being challenged. We've all been there. It's that fear of failing, that nagging voice that holds us back. But here's a little secret. Challenges and fears are like this inseparable duo. What feels like a big challenge to one person might be a breeze for someone else. It's like having different roadmaps for the same journey. We all navigate based on our own unique fears. Now think of embracing difficulties as finding a hidden door. Behind that door, a whole stash of wisdom and growth. It's like switching up your view, realizing that difficulties aren't these scary obstacles, but more like stepping stones. They lead us to becoming smarter and healthier versions of ourselves. Let's talk about change. Change is the only constant you'll face. In business, we can see that small changes, when they happen at the right time, can have a big impact. Now let's talk about butterflies, not the ones you catch, but the butterfly effect. It's about how small things can lead to big changes. Like a tiny idea changing everything. Look at Uber, started as a simple idea to make getting a ride easier. Now it's changed how we all get around. That's the butterfly effect in action. It's like a tiny pebble causing ripples that turn into waves. In the world of business, we're often fixated on these colossal shifts to make a mark. It says that those small, seemingly inconsequential actions can lead to outcomes that are anything but predictable. Recognizing this power of small changes can be a game changer for businesses. It's like giving everyone in the team a pair of butterfly wings. Each small action can create a ripple, and collectively, it turns into a wave of positive change. And here's the beauty of it. This ripple effect isn't just about making things different, it's about making them better. Now, let's get stoic, not like a statue, but in the way we handle stuff. It's about keeping cool and focusing on what we can control, not stressing about what we can't. Stoicism is an old way of thinking started by a Greek guy named Zeno around 300 years before Jesus was born. People like Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, also liked these ideas. What's cool about Stoicism is that it doesn't need you to believe in magic stuff. That's why a lot of modern folks like it. It's been getting more popular lately because it helps people become better. Now, here are 3 ways Stoicism can help startup bosses. Stay cool when things get crazy. Stoics say, you control your brain, not the things happening around you. It's like keeping your head clear when things get messy. Become a stronger person. Starting a company is super hard. So instead of just caring about success, Stoicism teaches you to care about doing the right thing. It helps you handle failures better and think about the big picture, not just small problems. Find meaning in your work. Stoicism says being rich is good if you're smart, but bad if you're not. It helps startup bosses see their work as more than just making money. It pushes them to think about making the world better. Brian Acton, rejected by Facebook, didn't give up. He started WhatsApp, and guess what? Facebook bought it for billions. That's the Stoicism, staying cool in the face of setbacks. Business is a marathon, not a sprint. Surviving the race is key. Like a marathon runner, startups need endurance. Time for a big one, grand tapestry. It's like a giant quilt of ideas and actions. And in startups, it's about big dreams and making a real impact. They say that in the world of deep thinking, ideas are like powerful sparks that can light up the sky. They think ideas are like mental pictures of things, and they're super important because they define what it means to be human. Sometimes these ideas just pop into our heads out of the blue, like when we imagine a friend or a favorite place. And guess what? A brand new idea can be the start of something amazing, like a cool invention. So, why do we need these big thinkers? Well, because they're like superheroes with the power to make dreams come alive. When they share their ideas, they light a fire in other people's minds, inspiring them to dream big and make big things happen. Sure, it might seem like a small thing, but to someone whose world just got a whole lot bigger, it's like reaching for the stars. And that's the magic of big ideas. They spark dreams, they spark actions, and they change the world one idea at a time. Think about how startups change the world. It's like a grand tapestry, and each startup adds a unique thread. That's the philosophy. Big ideas weaving together. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay determined, and keep writing your story of success, one small action at a time. Cheers to your journey.